Hello, and welcome to MandoBug's Craft's very first episode. This is something I'm trying out new. I've been blogging for a couple months. You can find me at mandobugscraftyvoyage.blogspot.com, and I've been watching a couple of video podcasts lately, and I feel like it's something I can do. Meow meow. My cat decided to join us. So a little bit about me. I go by MandoBug. That's a nickname given to me by my little brothers. You can call me Amanda if you want. I do a lot of crafts, and that's why I've decided to go with MandoBug Crafts, because I started crocheting when I was probably about 8-9 years old, and from there it's kind of expanded into what haven't I learned to do yet, and if I don't know how, when am I going to learn? Because that's really what it's up to. I don't really think I've run across anything that I don't want to learn. So, there's that. I was born and raised in Washington State. I'm living in Georgia right now due to work. It's different down here in the South. The humidity, today was August 25th? And today hasn't been as bad as it's usually been, but I can deal with it. I'm just ready for fall. That's something you'll learn about me. Look at my shirt. I love Halloween, and I'm sure it will reflect in my projects, which you'll see later. But I think that's pretty good for about me. I'm sure through these next couple of episodes you'll learn a lot about me. So the crafts that I do, I've kind of mentioned crochet. I like to embroider. I've recently learned how to spin and knit. And what else? I like to sew. I'm kind of learning to quilt. I'm very novice at both of these, but I would love to become amazing. I definitely don't think I'd see myself becoming an expert, but I want to be able to make my own costumes, and let's just say I set high goals for myself, and I'm not afraid to try. So, I want to have a something I've learned section in these podcasts. This week, there hasn't really been a lot going on that I've learned lately, so I think I'm going to leave it blank for now, but it's something that I want to eventually do. But let's just go ahead and start straight into my whips. I think I'm going to start with my spinning, because it's what I'm most excited about. I have ordered this bright orange. Maybe it doesn't show up so bright orange on the camera, but it's a lot more vibrant than this. I'm using my webcam on my laptop, so maybe it's not the best camera. But this is corriedale, if that's how you say it. And it is so vibrant, and if you haven't noticed already, orange is my favorite color. So this is my second attempt at spinning with a spindle. My first attempt I used some white fiber, and the second time I was like, okay, let's do this with colored. So I've spun my first ounce out of the 4 ounces I ordered using my drop spindle, and I'm trying to spin it as thin as I can. And I know this isn't the best ever, but I'm trying. Okay, I'm new at this. So I've just kind of slipped it onto a needle here. I've heard that this is a way to store it instead of toilet paper, and I don't have any bobbins. I'm brand new at this, so but I feel like this is gonna work. The corriedale is much softer than the Cheviot, which I was spinning before. I don't really know if that's how you say that either, but the staple length was much longer, so I'm learning, but I'm enjoying it. If you don't spin, if you knit or crochet, I highly recommend it because it is fun, and I'm so excited to learn to work with my hand-spun knits. Hand-spun yarn and knit or crochet with it. I have 100 yards done from my first batch. I need to dye it and then I'll play with it, but it's so thick and thin. I ain't even gonna share it with you because you don't want to see it. So other whips. I have an embroidery piece I'm working on. I just joined up on Crafter, and I didn't mention you can find me on basically any social media website under MandoBug. I have Facebook. Well, I don't really do Twitter. I haven't really found the purpose in that yet. I think it just might be over my head. But I have a Facebook, I have a blog, I'm on Ravelry. I just joined Crafter a couple months ago. And on Crafter, they have a ongoing hoopla along. So if you don't know what hoopla is, it's this circle here. You can do any sort of embroidery in a hoop and enter it, and there's usually a monthly prize drawing. It doesn't have to do with your skill level. You can be a brand new beginner like me, or you can have been doing this for years and join along. Usually the prizes are, they've been gift cards, they've been embroidery work, items like floss and tea towels, and it's random drawing, so whoever enters for the month along the guidelines is up in that random drawing. So this month's theme for August was 10, because it's Crafter's 10-year anniversary, and we needed to represent 10 somehow in our hoop. Well, I got married last October, so 10, my favorite month, October, also happens to be my anniversary. So I sketched up this design. It's 2 pumpkins, a bride and a groom, with their heads kind of tilted into each other, and it's got spider webs on the top and the bottom, and our anniversary, me and my husband's anniversary date. So, yes, I love Halloween. Yes, I love creepy things. If it's not your style, I apologize, but it's mine and I love it. So, I don't know if you can see my pencil drawings in here. Kind of. I've started stitching the spiderweb at the top and the bottom, and I'm starting to outline my anniversary date. I think I'm going to color in the pumpkins with crayon, and probably the female pumpkin's veil real light, and try to make it look a little see-through. But so far, I love it. I'm enjoying working on that. So I gotta get it up by the end of August. I've kind of been putting it off, but I think I can finish it probably by the end of this weekend. So next I have crochet. This project has been going on for a while, let me tell you that. Last year my mother-in-law got me a gift certificate to Hobby Lobby, and I decided, because it was a very nice sum of money, that I was going to make her an Afghan. So I've started working on this free pattern from Red Hearts by Tammy Hildebrand, and it's a snowflake blanket. I'm sure you've seen it if you're on Ravelry. It's a pretty popular Afghan pattern because it's gorgeous. I mean, look at this. I'm not very far into it, well, assembly. I have a bunch of my snowflakes made, but you join them in the last round, and there's 2 rounds before you join them, so I haven't gotten all of them done yet. But I'm really loving how this is turning out. I mean, the colors is beautiful, and that's what the funny part is I'm using Red Heart yarn to do it, because this pattern is made for this colorway, this shaded dusk. It just does not look the same in any other colorway. And despite the scratchiness of the Red Heart, I'm sticking through. My plan is to back this whole thing with fleece, so my mother-in-law won't have to touch the Red Heart at all. Or maybe she can throw it in the wash 2 or 3 times. I know that will soften up Red Heart acrylic. But I hope to get that done by Christmas and sent to her. So we'll see. I think I can do it. It's just a matter of sitting down and working on it, because once I stop working on a project, I tend to just drop it for a very long time. I mean, I started that back in January or February, and that's only as far as I've gotten. But I'm doing that with an eye hook. I think that might be the recommended size for the pattern. I'm not completely sure. But that's fun. And I'm doing another blanket. Imagine that. Also crochet. This is a request for a baby blanket. normally, okay, well, that's a lie, because I would choose orange or black for a baby blanket for myself. Well, or for future babies of mine. But they requested black and orange, which is not primarily, you know, a baby palette. So, I love it. I'd keep it. If they don't like it, I want it back. So, I'm doing a rippled pattern off of Ravelry. Let's see. I think it's just some sort of generic ripple blanket for the name of it. I probably should have looked that up. Shame on me. But it's a free pattern, so if you search for a free pattern baby ripple blanket, you may find it. Or if you just go to my Ravelry page, you can find my project and link back to it. So I'm doing black and orange. I'm trying to make it primarily orange, but it's about 50-50 on the two colors, so we'll see how that goes. And as you can tell, I'm lazy. I haven't weaved in any of the ends yet. It's my least favorite part. I'm putting that off till the very end. But I think this blanket's going to turn out gorgeous, and I think they're going to love it. So, I'd say I'm a little under a quarter of a way, but I'm doing this with a K-hook, which is way above any of the hooks I normally use. So, I have a feeling this is going to go very fast. It's what I had to use to meet the gauge. So, it's a little holy, as you could tell, but it is for a baby. I think it will be just fine. And I'm using Vanna's Choice in, oh goodness, I don't even know how to say this. I'm pretty sure it's the clay that you use to make pots for plants. Terracotta is the orange, and just regular black. I chose acrylic because it's, you know, one of the cheapest options, and you can just throw it right in a wash. I make a lot of my blankets out of acrylic because you can do that. And Vanna's Choice is a pretty soft acrylic, so it's not that bad to wrap up in. Hi, Belle. My dog decided to come in and say hi. Maybe I can show you. I got both of them in here. Hi, guys. Hi, babies. Oh, they love moms. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. So there's that going on. And my husband's out playing basketball. And so I think the dogs are concerned that I'm not in the living room to protect them, because that's how this goes. I protect them, they don't protect me. Right? Yes, I know. Oh, okay. Oh, and I have one more whip. I just started this today, and oh my goodness, I don't know what is wrong with me. I read this pattern wrong. So this pattern is called Fibi by Lydia Tresselt. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. So you're supposed to use a fingering weight yarn and a very tiny crochet hook. And so I bought the pattern. It's a little bit higher than I normally spend on patterns, but it's a very like modern, chic kind of crochet toy. And this is to go with my black and white, excuse me, my black and white ripple blanket for my friend's baby. And they're really into like a modern kind of art, almost, I don't want to say hipster, but that's basically what it is. They're into that style, so I figured this toy would go great with the blanket, which the baby shower is in the middle of next month, so I got a couple weeks to do this. So I started it in worsted weight, and I saw that the increases go up to 66, and I'm like, man, I do like 70 stitches on worsted weight for a hat for my head, and this doll is only supposed to be like 12 inches. Well, not even that. So I dropped down to a C-hook in worsted weight, which is, let's see, how many millimeters? I mean, it's tiny. It's 2.75, and I think the pattern calls for a 2.5 with fingering weight. Even with this 2.75 millimeter hook and worsted weight, this doll is going to be huge. And you know what? I'm just going with it. I'm just going to make this giant Fibi doll. The Fibi is the name of the toy. It's a fox, and it kind of looks like, you know, those toys that are dressed up in an animal's clothes. It's super cute. Check it out on Ravelry. But I would like to show you the head. Here it is. This is huge. I mean, this head is probably 5 inches, if not 6, nearing 6, and the entire doll was only supposed to be 10 inches. So by the time I'm done with this thing, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 feet in size. I think I'm going to offer it to them, and again, like the baby blanket, if you don't like it, I want it back. Because I will enjoy this toy, but I have a feeling they're going to like it. I'm using Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn acrylic, and then for the red part of the fox, the pattern came with, like, the pattern was done with a really pretty tweed, so I grabbed red hearts. It's called Fire, and it's a red heart tweed. And I figured the scratchiness on that wouldn't matter because it's a toy. Hopefully. I haven't worked with it yet, so I don't know if the tweeds are maybe softer than the solids. I'm doubting it, but we'll see. So I'm enjoying that. It may take a while because it is going to be much larger than it's supposed to be, which is my own fault for not paying attention. Whoops. So I think that's all for my whips. And then for finished objects, I just finished this morning this super cute guy who's also for a baby. Oh my goodness, it's baby making season. Well, baby making season's over obviously because the babies are due soon, but it's baby making for baby time season for me. So this cute little guy, he's so cute. This is the Gotta Love Me Monster by Kimberly Kwan. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. If you haven't noticed, I am a fan of free patterns. And I have a couple up on my blog. I think it's great to offer simple patterns for free. There are obviously patterns that are very much worth purchasing, and I support that too. But sometimes we just don't have the money to be spending on that kind of stuff, so it's great to find a project to tide you over until you get that next paycheck. And this was definitely one. I love this little guy. I mean, look at his little feet. He is so cute. And again, if the mom doesn't want this toy for her baby, I will keep it. I don't knit enough or crochet enough for myself, I swear. I don't craft enough for myself. So this guy was made with a combination. The body is a gift I got last Christmas. It was Joann's Sensations, variegated yarn. I don't remember the color, but it's like a white and a cream, and the red's not showing up very well. There's like a maroon color. It matches the felt, which you can't really tell, maybe. I need better light. I should have recorded this morning. But, so, I enjoyed working on this. This is only like my 3rd knitted project. But ever since I've learned to knit properly, it's been a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. I was knitting through the back loop, I was wrapping my pearls wrong, I was holding the yarn in a way that it was hurting my fingers, and thank God a friend of mine was like, well, this is how I do it, and it saved the day, because I probably would have quit trying to learn to knit for like the 5th time. I swear. I hated knitting, and I know all you knitters out there are like, what? What? Why? And it's because I taught myself how to crochet, and I just felt like I never needed to learn to knit, and now that I know, there's so many more opportunities for me out there for as far as patterns and just beautiful things to make and to gift, and this is why I'm so pro craft everything everywhere, because the more you know how to make, the more you know how to craft, the more you can do. I mean, the more you can make for yourself, the more you can make for others, the more you just feel empowered, like, I can do anything, I have all the powers. Maybe not everyone wants to feel like that, but I do. I just get that satisfaction from buying a ball of yarn and then being like, look, I made a creepy little baby toy. I like him. So, yeah, body is in Joann's Sensations. ears, hands, and feet is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn in coffee, which I had scraps. So then I stuffed them, used some felt, some safety eyes that I think I also got from Hobby Lobby. And thank goodness for Hobby Lobby, man. I didn't have that back in Washington. We had Michael's and Joann's and Walmart if you wanted Red Heart, but Hobby Lobby, I am a fan of your acrylic. I am telling you, it's the softest acrylic I've run into for price. I mean, I'm sure you could get up there in price, and I know a lot of people don't like acrylic. I'm learning this. As I've learned to knit, I've discovered luxurious yarn that can get very expensive. And I bought some kind of expensive yarn. It's baby alpaca, and it's soft. And I'm going to be knitting a mystery knit-along with it. My first time attempting lace is a mystery. What? Am I crazy? Yes. If you haven't been able to tell by now, yes I am. But I'm super excited to learn about the luxury side of yarn, not just the acrylic cheap throw in the washing machine, but the wool and the alpaca and, I don't know, silk and angora one day. But so don't hate on the acrylic. There are purposes for it. It is great for certain projects. Although now I'm learning it's not great for all projects, and there are better yarns for other things, such as wearables, I never really crocheted a wearable, but now that I knit, there are so many wearables that I want to knit. It's not even funny. So I'm not really biased. I understand that all sorts of things exist for many different reasons, and you just gotta kind of accept that and not be so much of a hater. I guess that's my hippie moment. Love all the things. So that's all I got for now. I guess this was kind of a short episode, but this really was just kind of a test run to see if this is something I'm interested in doing, if it's something that people are interested in watching. I'm probably going to rewatch this and be like, no, don't put it up. But I'm just going to have to get over that. So, hopefully you'll see an episode 2. And you'll enjoy watching this and come back. Alright. See you next time.